Anyway.
Hey, welcome back to Doki Doki.
We're playing more Doki Doki. I love this game.
We're in the middle of reading poems. Yeah, so far so good. I mean, like...
Do you have any thoughts before we want to jump back into it?
I need to know what I wrote on that page, bro. That's all.
I'll look back and I'll write it down for you.
What? No, I'm just hoping the game reveals it.
Oh. I guess more went into it than I realized.
Anyway, here we go.
I don't know. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decide to humor her with that last comment.
Heh, humor.
I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her.
Okay.
Cool. You're such a cool dude.
Who would you poem
Who
next?
should you show it to?
Probably Sayori.
Sayori? Dot, dot, dot. Oh, wait, no, that's you.
That's a good poem, Binkle. I almost called you Bellsnickle.
Shout out Cthulhu Saves Christmas.
Oh, yeah. Whew.
Are you sure it's your first time?
Huh? Of course. I've never read anything ever. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing a poem in his spare time?
I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me.
Did it?
Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously.
I didn't.
Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote
right.
one. I'm fine. I'm getting a little cold. It just reminds me of how you really are part of the club now.
Ugh. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room, being fam. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See what?
It's like I said before, Binkle. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know.
That's what you tell me as an affirmation?
Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayori. I find it weird you have to convince me that I'm a good person. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again,
I'm just into these girls.
wow, you think I have emotional depth. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined.
Yeah.
Knowing how much this means to her and all, even though I was complaining about her 5 seconds ago.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay?
Okay.
And that will be my way of thanking you.
Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then.
Yippee! Now, you'll read my poem too, right?
I guess.
Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
Literally, everyone says that. We'll see about that. We'll see if it's any bad.
Dear Sid, dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, make me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you tasting me to my wicking on a rainy day? And look, I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too.
You rhymes with blue. You could have just left it at that. The pacing was weird.
If it wasn't for you, I could stop forever, sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast.
Breakfast?
Okay.
That was the lamest poem I've ever read. Sayori, this is worse than Natsuki's. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No. Well, maybe a little bit. Especially the ending.
You can't just answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. You can't just say perchance.
Ooh, I thought Mochi was gonna rip a cable out real quick.
Being stinky.
She needs a jungle gym.
Yeah, she needs a job.
I forgot to do it last night. Woo woo.
Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. I didn't
Don't
do
be
it.
mean. I still tried my best. And that's what matters most.
Yeah. It's still pretty lame. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It's just a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you.
Really?
Yeah. Especially that last line. It's super stupid.
I made eggs and toast.
For breakfast?
Yeah.
Even though you were late to school?
It's bad to skip on breakfast. I get all cranky and like moody and like cranky and
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Maybe you just really like breakfast. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
You're welcome. This was so much fun.
Was it?
Monica's the best.
Ah, yeah. Monica.
But next time, I won't forget. And I'm going to write the best poem ever.
Next time we have to do this garbage again? Well, I guess I look forward to it. Who
Speaking
should
of
I
Monica.
call when you be showing me poem? Oh, Monica.
Hi, Binkle.
Hi, Monica.
Having a good time so far?
Yeah.
Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have a suggestion for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always ears open. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? All right. I'll keep that in mind.
Oh, fuck.
I said that in her voice, and then I was like, whoa. Of course I'll be afraid to bring it up. Are you
I'm just a
kidding?
guy.
I'm stupid. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. You know, like a cool person does.
What the?
What?
Nothing. I thought I saw something.
Oh. Anyway.
Anyway, want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. I wrote pee-pee on it.
Don't worry, Binko. We're all a little embarrassed.
Wait.
We're all a little embarrassed today, you know.
Yeah.
But that's the sort of barrier that we all get to learn, get past.
Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem.
Mm-hmm. That's words, all right. Great job, Binko.
It says pee-pee.
I was going ooh in my head while reading it.
Oh, that's a little sad.
It's really, really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep.
My pee-pee?
I guess I underestimated you.
Oh, nice. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low.
Never try, never fail.
That way it always counts when I put in some effort.
Ah, that's not very fair.
Yeah. Well, oops.
Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right?
What?
No shit. That's who I wrote the poem for.
Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism.
Oh, yeah.
Unlike Sayori, who likes to use simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness.
It's
Yuri
almost like
likes
she's
it
simple.
Shush! Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It could take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though, because, well, frankly, she intimidates me.
I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. She's
Don't worry so much
deep.
about that. You do your own thing, girl.
Thanks.
Just keep exploring and learning by trying new things.
I'm sure I'll end up trying a lot of different things.
Yeah.
It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this.
That's okay.
I'm just a guy.
I'd love to see you try new things. Like riding a unicycle or something.
That would be crazy.
That's the best way to find out the kind of style that suits you.
With your life flashing before your eyes.
As Shakira once said, try everything. Everyone else might be a little biased towards your own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Ah-ha-ha-ha!
Ah-ha-ha-ha!
Anyway, do you want to read my poem now?
No.
Please? Don't worry, I'm not very good either.
Oh my goodness. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
Well, that's because I have to sound confident. Fake
You
it till you
don't
make
sound
it.
confident at all.
That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know?
I see. With my eyes. Well, let's read it then.
Hole in a wall. This can't be good.
I can scroll.
It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. A real blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas, they burn.
Ouch.
Already scorched with the permanent copy of the meaningless, what is that?
Image.
Image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he on the other side was looking in.
That's terrifying. Well, I apologize. I thought that was going to be incredibly more sexual than it was for some reason. I'm sorry. If anyone else got that impression, hopefully I'm not alone.
So what do you think?
Well, it's not as sexy as I thought it was. Very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
It's okay. I wrote from real experience. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines.
That's not what I got from that poem.
When performed out loud, it can be really powerful.
What was the inspiration behind this one?
The hole in my house. Aha.
There's a hole in the wall.
I'm not sure if I know how to put it. Whoops.
Oh,
I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently.
What's an epiphany?
Epiphany is a holiday celebrated by some religions. Or
Whoa.
about the 12 days of Christmas or something. It's been influencing my poems a little bit.
An epiphany? I'm still stuck on that word.
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about the deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly.
Yeah.
Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never be able to make any progress.
True tea.
Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is, if you keep your pen on the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink, so just move your hand and go with the flow. And that's my advice for the day. So anyway, thanks for listening.
Sis. Who should I show my
Well,
poem to
I only
next?
have one more choice.
Oh, I forgot to start the timer. Hi! Hi, Yuri!
As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lightening. Exceptional.
The Enlightenment. What was that?
I said it was exceptional.
I could have sworn you said it was exceptional.
Did I say that out loud?
No. Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face.
Damn. He's going to hate me.
I can
Whoops.
read your thought. Hey, why can't I mind read now? You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
That's... I guess you're right.
I am right.
Well, what am I getting so nervous for?
Okay, Yuri takes a breath. Take a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have?
I can't read.
Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before.
Really? Well, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. No big deal.
Huh? I wasn't listening.
Yuri stares at me.
Well, I know that. I just meant,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the word of the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
yeah. So, okay.
This
This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. You know, I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in the new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together, like forcing a puzzle to come together. The end result is that both of the styles come together, and the expressiveness of the weekend come together.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, she does not get off that train. It's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, except it isn't, and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for, since you're new and everything. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. Yuri, you're a nerd.
It's okay.
I might take you... Whoa. I might take you sometime, but it might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things.
So does reading, apparently.
I have a hard time reading in real life.
Yeah, me too, and this is a reading game.
I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. She's very,
Biased? How? She's biased.
Well, you see, never mind. That was rude. I shouldn't be talking about people like that, especially
It's a little
behind their
late
back.
for that.
Sorry.
It's fine. I like the drama.
I keep seeing your mouse, and it's like, whoa. It's like a bug.
I'm
No.
not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki, because she's always apologizing, and she never says to who. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Oh, please do. I'd love to share my thoughts process behind it.
I'd rather not hear it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Why isn't she happy all the time to be here reading?
Good luck with that.
Oh boy. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe calmness. I bathe. Count. What does that say?
That's a semicolon. It's
I bathe calmness.
No!
What does that say? What does this say right here?
Calm semicolon.
I
It's
bathe
not
calm.
calmness.
It looks like an S. I bathe calm, breathing air of the
Is
present,
breathing.
but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicken back. I flicker back. Oh.
I flicking.
Dude, this is hard to read, and it's in script, and it can't. That was a shitty poem.
Okay. This is shit.
I'm sorry. I have such terrible handwriting.
Yeah.
You do. Your semicolon looked like a frickin' S.
What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
Because I'm fucking dyslexic,
Yeah, 'cause I'm
lady.
stupid.
Come on.
Dude, you know me.
Oh,
Reading
no.
comprehension, not good.
I failed preschool. Well, I just don't read script very often. Only when my grandma sends me birthday cards. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. There, I said it.
Really? That's a relief. Twirls hair.
Also, I like the poem. I didn't like the poem.
Yeah, I
Even
didn't.
though it's short, it's really descriptive. I don't know what it was describing, but it was descriptive.
It wasn't too short or too long. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all. It was the perfect length.
Just right, you might say. I'm really glad you like it.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild.
Oh, so you're bragging now.
Something easy to digest, I suppose. For you simpletons.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri? That was unrelated.
Ha ha.
Oh, I read that as hoo-hoo.
Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Binkle.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. You didn't really read it. You
Even
saw
though it
the
took
words.
me a long time to read.
But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost,
What do you mean, perhaps? You wrote it.
lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. And that's a lot more solemn, putting it that way.
Wow, you can read my mind too. I hadn't even thought of that.
Did I read your line already?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
That's fine.
I just got into it.
Yeah. That's impressive. Not like me, though.
Eh?
Yeah.
It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive, too, so...
Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so? Whoops. You think so?
Yeah, of course. I'll say anything.
You know, I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Binkle.
Okay. Me too. I'll do the best for me too. Yeah.
Well, next time on next time on Logged and Spaced Out, we're gonna do whatever we're gonna do next in this dang game.
Yep.
We got through the poems. Wow. Space out, everyone, and have a great day.
We're your back friends. Or
The yard again.